Hello, hello. Busy work getting things set up on my end. All right, all right. That's up. That's running over there. All right. I guess we should start then. All right. Oh, all right. I see. I just noticed we need to get we need to get YouTube set up. All right, then let's copy over the URL. I wonder if there's a way to auto set this. There we go. I think chat's done. Chat's done. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin. So yeah, a bit late to start today, but I ended up getting... Let me look outside. All right, I see blue skies right now. Granted, there are some clouds in the sky. Earlier, it started downpouring. So hopefully things go smoothly, but either way, it looks like we might not have to worry about rain, but you know, I might have just jinxed it. Either way, what we want to do is we want to work on our code. Yesterday we ended up getting quite a lot done, but we'll worry about the main functions later. We'll have to look. We will have to look up how Rundeck does things. So, ideally, well, it's much better, but I mean, it did rain this morning. It did rain a couple times, so it's not horrible. It's definitely better than yesterday. That's what. So, I can say that. But I digress. What we should probably do real quick. Let's see here. Where is my... Where's Brave? Alright, let me go. Let me grab Brave. There's Brave. Hello, Brave. There we go. Okay. Let's see, I'm doing a quick check. Doing a quick check. Ease in and out. Cupid. Yeah, okay, that looks right. Okay. Alright, just making sure everything's working. Okay, so what I wanted to comment on is that we have this file called Rundeck. What Rundeck is a orchestration tool. What that pretty much means is that when you have a lot of pieces and components involved with your database, you might need something to orchestrate what goes on. For instance, when do you do the parsing? When do you do the scraping? When you decide to go check to see if there's been any changes somewhere. And because the code that we're writing right now, all of it will work. I mean, you can see we're doing a lot of it manually, but we're going to have to automate it. And to do that, we'll be using Rundeck. Actually, I wonder if there's other versions of Rundeck that's more free. Because right now, I do know that you can download this and use it kind of... Yeah, see, built on open source. So you could kind of do it. I'm looking... Which is one reason why I was thinking about it, but I remember there being other tools like this. So yeah, we're going to have to start looking into programming for this, the back end of this, exactly. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to start working more on our code. mainly we want to get back to our parsers. So let's see here, web page service. I don't think it's that one. Let's load it up just... Yeah, it's not that one. Not yet, this one. Yeah, we're not yet this one. We did... Yeah, we're... I'm busy looking through right now to see where we left off yesterday. The computer that I was using, it kind of... or I should say, not kind of, I accidentally turned it off. So as such... I need to remember what we had loaded up and what we were doing. The main thing is I need to set this up. We're going to have to expand this pretty soon. Right now we're just connecting to RomDB localhost, but this will change. This will change quite a bit once we start going through the different data repositories. So yeah, that will change, and then that will change, and this will change. But yeah, I digress. Let's go ahead and... We're sticking with RomDB for now while we get the other stuff working. And we were in the scrapers. So, let's see here. Selenium. Yep, there it is. Selenium. romhacking.net. This one. Let's go ahead and run this. There we go. Oh, actually, I think, let's go check out Selenium Base real quick. I see lots of green and I see lots of yellow. So the yellows, yeah, that's these. Oh yeah, Cloudflare. That's what we were kind of working on. So if anything, we should probably go ahead and run this here. We'll continue going into Selenium because we need to set up a system that will auto-click into Cloudflare. So let's see here. romhacking.net. There we are. We are now in this. There we go. So I think the first thing we can do, let's go ahead and move this over to the corner. And let's run this. Exactly. We're trying to prove that our bot is human. I kind of wish I had a virtual mouse. So first thing we're going to do is just simply see if we can just click it. And there was an error. Okay, why is there an error? What does the error say? Why you error you? There's no such elements. All right. Okay, let's see here. So we're looking for this XPath file. This one right here. Now, so what does it look like? Oh, that's not right. That's not right. It should, that's going, of course it's going to throw an error. That is not right at all. Okay. Yeah, this needs to be like that and that. So div label input contains this, and then yeah, that should be correct. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and run this and do self. Since it's a variable, we don't have to worry too much about it being locked out. There we go. Now with that, let's try this again. It might be a syntax error, yes. Because... oh. Oh, right. There we go. Okay. Nope, still throwing an error. It might be a syntax error, and it's really tough to say because Sometimes these can be a bit finicky. Let's see here. It still cannot find elements. All right, let's investigate. The question is did it... Oh. There we go. Yeah, the question is, did it change anything since yesterday? So if we want, we're going to go to div. I forgot. Well, let's check that out real quick. Let's see here. We're doing div label input. Okay. So div label inputs. Oh. And we want to search for this. Yeah, it's not finding it. Inputs, label, div. So div label inputs. Div label inputs. All right. I wonder why it's not seeing it. All right. Maybe let's try something else. Let's try something else real quick. So our XPath div label. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder. It's not letting me search, is it? Because I'm wondering if they put it off in a separate section. Because sometimes they will actually... Sometimes they'll actually have these in like a virtual environment. And by doing so, it kind of makes it a bit difficult to just simply go straight in. So we have a generic frame. Oh yeah, that's exactly what might be going on. I just noticed here we have iframe. Iframe, URL. Oh yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. We're going to have to... Yeah, we might have to do something a bit different. Why don't we close this out real quick? I want to reload. Inspect. There's our body. So we'll go / div label. Yeah, it's not seeing it. Let's see here. Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. Because when you're... A lot of streaming services, they'll use these iframes because they want to constantly be inputting in data. And as such, it actually makes it... You have to point to the iframe in order to extract out data from it. Because usually when... One of the projects that I worked on a long time ago was I was trying to access the stream URL for movies. The idea was you would have a website with a bunch of movies on it, and I was like, oh, I want to collect all of the movies that are up on the streaming service. So to do that, I'll go in, and then you have to access the actual iframe and then pull the data, because if you try to just go directly to the... or if you tried to just go directly to the URL, it actually wouldn't see it. Yeah, this is... It is hidden in the iframe. All right. So, all right then. So yeah, let's go ahead and It's a project that was a while ago, so I need to remember I need to remember what to do. So Selenium, Python, iframe. Working with iframes. Here we go. So find element, find the iframe, switch to iframe, and yeah, there it is. Okay, I remember that. Okay, I knew I had to switch to it. So we find the iframe, we then switch to the iframe, we then find our element, and then we switch back to the default connection. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and exit out of that. So let's go ahead and do that. Iframe, iframe, iframe. Here we go. So first things first is find the iframe. So I think also the first thing we need to do is know what our current handle is, because we're going to have to switch back to it. So current handle is self.driver.current window handle. This will be a string. There we go. Then we switch to iframe. Well, we find the iframe and then we switch to it. So this will be in web elements. There we go. Then from there, what we can then do is switch there. We then click it based off of our XPath. And then that from here will then simply go self.driver switch. Let's see here, switch to, and then we'll go back to here to window current handle. There we go. So that should theoretically be what we need to do. Sure. Go ahead. Ask away, ask away. Hey, Code Mom. How's it going? We are currently messing with iframes because iframe is being a bit of a nuisance. Okay, let's see here. Where? Here it is, right here. So let's go ahead and get this over here. Yeah, Cloudflare is being a bit of a nuisance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sleep here for 5 seconds. That way I can hop back over to watch it function. So there we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're trying. Cloudflare uses iframes, which is very annoying. Let's see here. By is not defined. By is not defined. Okay. Let's go define our, let's go make sure all our stuff is defined. There we go. Let's try this again. So the reason why is because I'm trying to maintain type integrity. I don't think most people do it, but I'm trying to maintain. Oh! It threw an error. Why'd you throw an error? What's the error this time? Error this time. No such element again. All right. But yeah, so I'm doing it because I want to maintain integrity. And the reason why is because you'll sometimes see a lot of functions. You don't really know what certain functions will do in certain places. So as an example, let me go ahead and just, we'll go to code const right here, the core const. It's empty right now, so we can do it. So if I have a function, we'll call this, we'll go with the most basic one, add. And it'll be x, y, and then we'll simply return x plus y. So there we go. So this is a very simple function. And then later down the road, when I simply wanted, I'll call another one, which will be add 5. I'll simply have, we'll put an X and Y. And then I'll do add. And there'll be X, Y, plus 5, like this. And this is all good and whatnot. And for most simple projects, this is fairly fine, fairly normal. But then what happens if later down the road I decide, oh, I would like to, instead of just returning an integer, then I'm going to instead have it go out and start returning something else. So instead we'll say this will now be a string. Why? Because I hate the people who are going to be using my code. Well, now it's going to start messing up everything down the line because it's no longer correct. And thankfully here it will complain, but in other programs it won't. And so by maintaining type, I can do, by notifying what type of type we're going to be inputting and outputting. For instance, here I call this. Suddenly it will tell you, hey, you're not outputting a string. This is not your typing is wrong. And then likewise, if I'm going to instead, instead this is going to be, I'll be like here, I'll go B is going to be an integer and we're going to equal it. Well, suddenly it will also complain. So here it's complaining. We'll go ahead and change this to a string. And then here it's complaining because you're like, oh, there's type inconsistency. So this is kind of what the idea is. It's great for, as CodeBomb has mentioned, it's great for catching bugs and it's great for making sure that everything runs smoothly. So yeah, if you want to, the best thing I can say is it will save you a lot of headaches much later down the road, especially when your project starts getting much, much bigger. And if you're working with, this is Python here. If you're working for any other language, for instance, C forces you to do all the typing at the very beginning. If I want to, I'm going to have to go back in here. If I want to use C, I would have to type something like const int equals 5, or I would have to type in const bool. I have to do this before I can start doing anything else. And because in C I said this is a constant, it will actually throw an error because it will refuse to let you change it. So I'd actually have to change it to something else, and I'd actually have to change it as well, or change it so that it knows that it's a variable that can be changed. Exactly. And plus, if you, in those other programs, typing will actually tends to be, I think, because, let me see here. Let me go load that program up real quick. As I said, I'm having a lot of fun learning lots of things. Where are here? Okay. We need to continue messing with this in a sec. Code ASM helper. Coding Fleet. Is it this one? Coding Fleet? No, it's not Coding Fleet. Oh yeah, what's the name of it? I think it's one compiler. Yeah. If you watch the Primogen, or I forgot the name of the other people who show up in his vlog things. One of the guys who shows up in Primogen's vlogs, he actually programmed this, so you actually get to hear from the horse's mouth him explaining this. And if I recall, I'll have to look it up, but if I recall, a lot of these end up, let's see here. Actually, yes, it will. It will error on types. I ended up having that problem. We actually had the problem the other day. I had a typed one thing and it started throwing an error saying the typing is off, the typing is off, and then I had to go fix it. So Python does now error on types if you define them. If you don't define them, it won't error. So you have to define it. Yeah, well, as I said, you have to, if you don't define it, it will pretend that there's no typing problem. But if you do define types, it will throw errors. Which is another reason that kind of helps for typing. All right, what I want to do is, where are you? Actually, I'm wondering, is it actually one compiler? I don't remember. I wish I could remember. Let's see here. All right, let's do this. Python to assembly. If we can't find it, then I'll find it later. I think a lot of people are snapping his program though. They're. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, I don't see it. All right. Okay, we'll have to. There's too much garbage out there right now on the internet. Ever since chatbots became more prevalent, there's been an awful lot more garbage. Yeah, I know. It's all AI filth, AI smut. Like that coding fleet is an AI bot thing. The other thing was an AI bot thing. Like, and the problem is that Google doesn't. Google search has gotten much worse. Okay, all right. You know what? You know what? We're checking this out because I want to show you. I distinctly remember that the different programming languages and the typings would be based off of the typing. It actually changed how the computer functioned and interacted with it. For instance, integers and floats dramatically are different in when it comes to assembly. And as such, if you type a number as an integer and you type a number as a float, it will. Oh, the problem is that this is let's see here. Yeah, I know. Google. I switched over to DuckDuckGo back in 2021 because Google's it got pretty bad. I still sometimes will hop over to it whenever I can't seem to find anything. But yeah, here's the primary. Oh, I'm not subscribed. I should subscribe. He's a very interesting, quirky YouTuber. He's all into programming, and right now I mostly just see him. It's probably because I'm not subscribed, but usually I just see him talking about articles. Let's see here. Dot, 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 dot. That guy right there, him. He's the one right there. He's the one who did the program, and I need to find the one where he posts where they talk about it. Actually, I should use Vim. I want to. I actually, if you here, let me show you. I actually have. If you look here, I actually have Vim installed. I was planning to use it, but because apparently NeoVim is just more user-friendly, I would like to, I want to try and set it up for myself here. But I'm currently using PyCharm because oh, I do have NeoVim on here. Oh, I wonder if yeah, it's not set up. It's not set up. I need to set it up, but I'm hoping to. One of the big problems is that the computers that I've been trying to set it up on, I've been having difficulty because originally I tried to set it up on a Windows computer. And because I was setting it up on a Windows computer, there's a lot of hooks that Windows refuses to let you do. So I was ended up being kneecapped. Yeah. I need to fix it. So I ended up installing PyCharm to use this. Actually, it could be that. The repositories for YouTube or Ubuntu can be quite. What am I doing? Oh yeah. We're hopping over here. We're checking out Primogen. There we go. And we're looking for the ASM. Oh, I know. Assembly. Yep. That is true. Hey, Solomon, how's it going? We are... Okay, right now I'm trying to find the Primogen article, but what we're creating is a database for ROM hacks. It's Casey, so that's the name of the guy, Casey. So let's see here. We're looking. All right, yeah. What I'm doing is I'm making a database for ROM hacks. If you go looking around, you'll find that there's lots of ROM hacks everywhere. One of the best sites to check would be romhacking.net. And in it, you can see they have a whole long list of a whole bunch of different ones. But this isn't the only data source for this data. And the data that's kind of presented doesn't exactly provide a full picture of exactly what these ROM hacks do. So what I'm trying to do... So ROM hack is a... Alright, so there's a couple things detailed in here. So a ROM is the name for the data for video game. Think of... Well, here we go. Think of Ninja Gaiden right here. Ninja Gaiden, on the old Nintendo, if you remember, it was on a cartridge. If you ripped the data off of that cartridge, that will be called a ROM. Now, a lot of people like to go into those ROMs and mess with them, and either make their own game, or try and balance the older ones out, because Ninja Gaiden is notorious for being extremely difficult. And this user, by the name of Mursky, he decided, I'm going to modify the game a bit so that it makes the game a bit easier, like forward velocity and backwards velocity are the same, just modify it up. And there's a lot of these for many different games. I think if we go to the ROM hacks database, you'll see that there's 8,000, there you go, 8,320. That's how many ROM hacks have been developed on this website alone. And it'll be very fun to be able to kind of scrape this data, compile it with the other data repositories out there, and be able to know what modifications people have been doing for what games. If I go to the Sonic hacking contest, you'll find that here's another one with a lot of data. Like, go into the vault, and then you'll find this one updates yearly. But if we'll go into the... Hi, Knuckles. How you doing, Knuckles? If you go into here, and you'll see a lot of different ROMs. A lot of different ROMs. And these are all individual oh, actually, we have to download them. Oh my. Oh my, okay. I'll need to write a tool to extract that out and turn it into a file that you can... Actually, if these are assembly hacks, that might be a bit different. Yes, exactly. Exactly. They're modding the games. So these are mods for... ROM hacks are mods for old games. And I would kind of like to compile all this together. Yes, you're right. I will... This will have to... I'll be using curl for downloading these. Because ideally, the database, ultimately, the database would also house where the ROM hacks are stored, or we'll be storing them in our database. Because some of them get lost. I know I'm all going horribly off a tangent, but if you go to Nintendo 64, oh, okay, we'll just, I know the game, Sin and Punishment translation. There's this particular ROM hack. Oh. Hey! You can actually find it here on the archive. Nice. Either way, for some reason, this was banned by romhacking.net. As such, it's a very big pain in the butt to find it. And if you ever ask about it, or if you ever try to talk about it on romhacking.net, they tend to get angry at you. So as such, you wouldn't even know this existed. This game had a translation. And it would be kind of nice to go ignore all the political BS that the different communities have. Just have a database where we track everything. Yeah, exactly. Archiving. Archiving and kind of knowing what is where. Plus, it's something to do in my free time while I'm in between jobs. But yeah. What we need to do is we need to find the assembly program. Let's see. I think if we go through his... Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, Compiler Explorer. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Found it. This is what I was looking for. The Compiler Explorer. Yes, he did. He made this program. Casey wrote this program, this software here, so that you can go and look at the different. So here you can select C++, Cobalt, Fortran. What we want is Python. I wonder if he has Python in here. Yes, he has Python. And the idea is that if you look here, this is the Python code. And then on the other side this is what the compiler will do. And I believe we can output the different type of compilers. Oh, let's see here. Where is the clone compiler? Here we go. Yeah. Actually, I think that the only compilers, because Python is an interpretive language, we don't actually have to worry about other things. So I guess it'd be fine if the main point is the assembly code, which is this right here. So let's go here, define print string. We'll call this the string. Return. Oh. All right, we'll modify this one up here. All right. So we're trying to see if it changes how it is. Oh. Yeah, this tool is very fun. It's very fun. I'm trying to use it to learn more about compilers. I don't think Python would be a great example to look at the differences. Let's go back to C. Because what I'm trying to do is show that some different... Let's see, this is an int. Let's change this to float. Yeah, I'm trying to show that there's a difference between the two. All right, so can I... Let's see here. Can I put down int add Let's see here, int add, we'll call this int, we'll call it num. I wonder if it will be fine if I do this here, or if it will complain. Yeah, it's going to complain. Alright. Oh. It should be fine. There we go, there we go. There we go, okay. So if you look here, you can actually see that how they're being... actually, they look the same. They look nearly the same. Oh boy. Okay, I'm not giving good examples. Alright, I'm not giving good examples. The main point is that certain assembly languages will treat floats and integers and strings differently. I remember that being very important, which is why typing is very important. Let's see, we're pushing RBP. We're going to move RBP to RSP. Then we're going to... Oh. Yeah. We should probably change this to integers as well, so that... Well, actually, we want to keep it as a float. But we just need to change this to an add. There we go. Keep it as simple as possible. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think this might be a good... Yeah, as I said, I'm still learning assembly. I still have a lot to pick up when it involves learning assembly, so... Let's see here. It has to move... Oh, here we go. I don't know why the internet dropped for a second. It's not raining. Very weird. Okay, this is... let's change to a different... We should probably try this in ARM. Yes. I think this was just a glitch somewhere else, because it's not raining. This is a... I think this might be... This might be a restream problem. Let's see, let's try ARM. Well, we're looking at ARM. Yeah, I thought my net went off. Twitch is gone. Let me see here. Yeah, the Twitch is back up. It's taking a bit longer to load up. All right, the main point is that it's a bit... I'm a bit surprised, actually. I thought that the float and the integer would be handled quite differently, because I remember when it comes to floats, especially float 32 and such, the way it is handled in assembly, it ends up... This is where you get the very infamous divide by 3, and then you'll get 10 divided by 3, and it will come back with, or 10 divided by 3, and then take that value, multiply it by 3, multiply it, and it ends up coming back with 9.9999. It might be because of the fact that one's a float, one's an integer, which might be what I'm looking at, trying to show off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it does kind of show what it is, or what I was talking about. Oh, it does kind of show what I'm talking about. I believe these are this is for floats, isn't it? Let's see, can we get an overthink? No, there we go. Instruction. This address is used to load is calculated from the base registry value, a signed intermediate offset, and then optional offset that is set to multiple of the element size. Oh, that's for the LLAD. What about for this one? Floating point add-on vector. There we go. Okay. So yeah, if you define float and then you define int, the assembly will change dramatically based on what you do. And when you have issues with, or when you're trying to do your programming and you keep swapping between types, for instance, switching between floats and integers, you can end up having a lot of misery happen. So yeah, I think we finally did it. We finally looped back around to why typing is important. But yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out Compiler Explorer. It's actually quite fun. Oh, there's a policy. All right. All right, anyway. Let's get back to programming. Let's see here. Let's get back to here. All right. I think so. I know that. I know that because I was having fun learning about how some of the assembly works, and when you get really, really down into the bottom of things. And one of them is about when you're moving variables around, you have to kind of move things onto the stack in order to make space so that you can then perform your calculations. So it's all too possible that what was going on in that assembly code was that it was opening up a registry by moving an item onto the stack so that it could then perform its calculation. And then when it was finished, it would then move the stored item from the stack back onto the registry so that it put all the toys back where they belong, pretty much. All right. Yeah. It's very fun it's very fun to learn these things. All right. Let's see here. Right now, okay, let's not get distracted. We wanted to. All right, come on, Cloudflare. Let's see here. So here's Cloudflare. We want to grab. Here we go. In your final. Ooh, nice. So let's see here. We have iframe. Let's see. There's the header, language body, title, documents, iframe right here. So there's our iframe. All right, I think I know what we should do first. Usually when I get into these issues, I simply will. Let's see here. Let's go grab our iframe. Oh, wait. Why did it throw? Okay, I think I might know what the problem is now. Is it not? I bet it's not called iframe 1. Yeah, I have a feeling it's not called iframe 1. And yeah, it's not called iframe. No wonder why we're throwing an error. There's a bloody typo. Oh, now what? Let's see here. No such elements. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go. Oh. Ah, page source. There we go. There we go. So that's our current page source. We need to. Let's see here. If I recall, All right, let's go ahead and all right then. Oh, go away. Go away. I'm trying to figure out why you're not behaving. Okay then. Let's see here. So soup dot find. We're just looking for iframe. It's not okay, so it's not seeing it. So that means what could be the problem? Maybe it might be some extra layers involved that I'm not aware of. Let's see here. Div main content. And then here we have another div. There's a lot of divs. Inputs. Wait a minute. Shadow root. It's in a shadow. Okay, that might be why. Alright, I think I might see what the problem is. The iframe is also being hidden. Oh yes. They do have protections for bots. Let's see here. Shadow root closed. Part of me feels like there are ways around it. Let's see here. Oh, okay, let me see here. What's going on here in chat? Usually, I find that the best projects start small, and then when it comes to projects, start small, and then eventually it'll just start getting bigger and bigger as you want to add in newer and bigger things. All right, so yeah, let's see here. So we know what the problem is. So it's because it's being hidden by a shadow root. Alright, well this is the first time I've seen shadow root, so let me look that up real quick. Let's see. Shadow root. What exactly is this in HTML? I'm using Java, or... Well... Shadow Automation Solarium. Apparently there's a plugin for that. Ooh, that sounds fun. Ooh, a chess engine. That sounds very fun. Ooh. That sounds quite fun. That sounds quite fun. Let's see here. So what is this? Shadow DOM is a web standard that offers component style or markup encapsulation. It is critically important for pieces of web components story as it ensures that a component will work in any environment. All right then. Web elements. I have a feeling that this is actually the shadow component parts. Actually, I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Can I actually touch this? The shadow component. Quit refreshing you. I don't know why you want to refresh so frequently. All I'm doing is just poking around on your insides. Okay, so... Man, this is just a long series of divs. How am I going to get here? Input hidden. Okay. Alright, I think... Let's see here. I think, the ID is going to change every single time, I bet. For now, let's go ahead and just go find this here. Let's go ahead and just find this. So ID equals that. There we go. All right. Actually, it looks like it doesn't change. That's good to know. So let's see here. So we found this class. We have div main. Oh, I just saw ROM hacking in there. Okay, I need a prettify. Oh, let's see here. Okay, it didn't. Let's see. P-print is pretty print. The idea is that it's supposed to make your stuff look a bit nicer. Type error, okay. Because I'm trying to dig through this. Let's see. A web element that can be a command. Oh, this might be what we want. Oh, this is a constructor again. Shadow root, find elements. Elements, find elements, shadow. Oh, actually, I wonder. Let's see here. Can Selenium... Can we access it through Selenium? How to handle elements inside Shadow DOM. Here we go. Sometimes the Shadow DOM roots are nested, and the second Shadow DOM is not visible in document root, but available in its parent access shadow root. I think it's better to use selectors and inject the script just to take the shadow root. Well, those are open. But yeah, those are the open versions. We have a closed one. Let's see here. Pi Shadow. There is also a ready-to-use Pi Shadow module. They'll work. Pi Shadow. I did not trust that. What was that? Alright, I'm going to have to go look through to get to this somewhere other way. Okay, alright. This is going to take too long. So what we're going to do is we'll just, for now we'll have to figure out how to do this later. I will read up on this. Let's put down a to-do here. So close Shadow DOM, or okay then. Access closed Shadow DOM for clicking checkbox. There we go. So we'll worry about that later then. Let's go ahead and close out our driver. There we go. Let's open up our scraper. There we go. All right, we'll verify. We'll just manually do it for now. Oh my. Don't tell me I'm going to have to... I am. I'm going to have to install something that hides the fact that we're using selenium. All right, I'm getting the other file. All right. You forced my hand. So let's see here. Oh. Let's see here. We're looking for the... Let's see here. We can possibly try and change it. There it is. An efficient solution would be to use this one. There it is. All right then. Undetected Chrome driver. Cite your regular browser. Maybe Cloudflare just bans your IP. Maybe. I hope not. Let's see here. Let's see here. This will be the undetected Chrome driver. Let's first try and use the let's just first try and use this one here, this user agent. Oh. And if not, then we're going to definitely use the if not, then we're definitely going to use the... Oh. Let's see, where are you here? Yeah, we're going to try and use the user agent first. Oh, it's the same. Okay. All right. We have a random one set up. Let's go ahead and just change that over to the other one. Let's see here. Where are you? Scroll web page, go to URL. Should be set up here in the... Yeah, here we go. This one. Here we go. User agent. So let's just set this to the default for now. There you go, default user agents. There we go. And we'll verify ourselves to see. Now, will you be kind to me, Cloudflare? No, you will not be kind to me. All right. If you're not going to be nice to me, then I'm going to... Well, let's do a quick check and see if I'm banned, if my IP is banned. Let's see here. I have a strange suspicion that romhacking.net has been being hit by a lot of scrapers. Well, if they would provide the database with no trouble, then you wouldn't need people scraping. No, I'm not banned. So it is purely because they're detecting selenium. So if that's the case, we definitely need to be undetected. So if that's let's see here. Initialize the Chrome browser. So is an optimized Selenium patch does not trigger the anti-bots. So let's see here. We'll simply import Chrome driver, WebDriver. Let's see here. Import UC, driver equals UC. All right. So what we'll do is we'll try and use this. Oh, it says I'm still on. Okay, let's try it. All right, we'll try that first. Okay, we'll try that first. So you say that this has to be... I'm on 96. This needs to be 137. Actually, what is the latest? What is the latest version? We'll keep that up for now. Latest Chrome user agents. The latest user agents for Chrome right here. There you go. Okay. That's the latest for you. All right. You better not be lying to me, you program, you website. All right. Let's try again. I'm very tempted to use the other file. Oh. All right. Now, does it work? Do you verify? Will you let me through? No, it will not let me through. Okay, then. Even with the latest one, it's still complaining. All right. We're going to let's go ahead and do this. Let's see here. So we need to find undetected Chrome driver. Can we just directly install that? Yeah, right here. Okay. All right, so here we're going to, when we set up our instance, so it should be in here. We're setting up our instance. All right, so get instance, we then will run here. We'll then set up driver. So right here. Yeah. Oh, you need my Discord tag? So it should be HK Stash Panda on Discord. But you can also find the Discord links to... They should be in the... If you check the profiles, you'll find them. If you're on... Yeah, if you are on YouTube, you can find them in the profile section. If it's on Twitch, I kind of forgot where it is. Okay, but what we're going to... But yeah, it should be in those areas. If you... Okay then, so we'll set this as undetected. This is going to be a bool. And we'll set this to true for now. Now, if it's Chrome... Oh, we're going to have to... I don't like the double ifs. I do not like the double if, but we don't have to make them double ifs. And undetected is equal to false. If it's equal to false, we do this. Else, if the browser is Chrome and undetected is true, then what we're going to do is we're going to import undetected driver. Let's go ahead and grab this code right here. We're going to have to modify it up a bit. For instance, we already have, let's see here, Chrome options. There we go. Header is, we're not going to make this headless right now. We actually don't care about maximizing the screen either. Let's see here. Exclude switches. Enable automation. Use automation extension. I'm going to set those to false for now. Next is UC. We need to import that. I don't think I'm going to change it to UC. I'd like to know where these things are coming from. All right then, let's get down here, change this to that. And then last but not least, we should set these things up. So the driver goes here, you go away. Oh my, why were they using Bet365 as their example? Bet365 is a scam website for betting. You go there to get your credit card information stolen. Oh, I think I might be very cautious now. I remember using undetected Chrome driver, but now let's see here. Okay then, let's see here. I'm now very curious. It has not been verified. All right, you have a good one, Fishman. Add oil. Gayao. Let's see here. Replacement, Slam driver Chrome replacement with compatibility for Brave. I'm just checking. Oh, I'm just checking now to see. I think. All right, I think he's a. Okay, I don't think that this doesn't look too. Because of the fact that they used Bet365, I'm a bit. That might just be the person who. All right. Okie dokie. Okay, so here we go. Undetected driver. We should probably add in the weight and main tab, like so. Alright, I think that should be good. I should probably... This is for Chrome, mind you, but I think this is good for now. Let's go ahead and run this. We'll just run Selenium right here. Oh, we should probably change the get instance. So we should say or detected. We'll set this to false. Oh, we need to set this to a bool and equal false. There we go. Okay, now we can, let's run this. Self.selenium base, get instance, set this to true. There we go. And why'd you complain? Binary location must be a string. Oh. Oh, it's because of undetected Chrome driver. All right. That is one thing I'm a bit worried about. Not working right. Let's see here. Because there's been a lot of changes in Selenium. For instance, originally everything was called Chrome driver, or the Chrome options, and then they just changed it to options. Let's see. I get instance of driver. Undetected Chrome driver.chrome is throwing the error. So binary location must be a string. Oh. We forgot to put in our user agent argument as well. There's a lot of overlap with this code. I think I might end up just wanting to change it. Can we just... Okay, I'm just going to run this right. All right. Let's restart this. Let's see here. Self equals this. It's going to throw an error. There's the error. All right then. Let's set u equal. Let's go back to down to where you're located. We'll go ahead and set up WebDriver. We'll add the... Oh, we need to get rid of self. There we go. Now we're going to try and do undetected Chrome driver. Oh. So this should be throwing an error because of Chrome options. Typing error. Binary location. How much do you bet it might be because of how we're storing the binary? I bet that is exactly the reason. We need to get the binary because I'm letting Chrome driver, Selenium, control where the binary is located. But because of the fact that Chrome driver is not accessing how Selenium has stored Chrome, that's why it's throwing the error. So we need to point to it. Let's just jerry-rig it right now. We'll just jerry-rig it. So let's see here. Where's the web driver? Let's see here. Not options. We're looking for the location. Let's see here. Chrome, options, Edge, proxy. Nope. In options, no. Internet Explorer, definitely not. Not WebKit, not remote. All right. Okay. All right, where are you storing the file? So, where are you storing it? Yeah, here is default location. So we go to, let's see here, specify the in Python. Specify the location of Chrome driver when it, well, yeah, I know, but what's the default? It's going to force me to have to control it myself, isn't it? If I'm going to split it up, it says to run which Chrome driver. Well, yeah, if you run it, if you run Chrome driver, it will go ahead and install it for you. Let's see here. No, which Chrome driver? Yeah, I know, exactly. And I want to use the one that Selenium has downloaded. But we need to know where Selenium downloaded it. That's the problem. Not file detector. Yeah, let's see here. Default location. It says user bin Google Chrome. Let's just go into there and see if it's there. Because if I was trying to be lazy and have Chrome driver do all of the stuff when it comes to downloading and maintaining the Chrome driver application. But the fact that I'm going to try and implement an undetected mode, which will not interface with the Selenium, will not interface with Selenium and get the location of where the driver is located. That means I will have to write my own module for downloading and keeping track of Chrome driver. So being lazy strikes again, I guess you could say. Let's see, where are we? We're right here. We're at home. Let's see here. User bin Chrome driver. I actually would, rather than just me searching for it, which the user could have. Yeah. Oh, there's so many. Actually, you know what? Let's just go download the thing. Let's see here. Let's just go download the latest version. Oh, they go to 114. Let's see here. We'll go for... All right. All right then. So let's go ahead and download this. All right, so I downloaded it. Let's go ahead and move it over to my file. We'll just put it here right now for a temp Chrome driver. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move the file over. So give me a second. This requires me to... Where are you? Yeah, there we go. I need to do this real quick so I can transfer the file over. There we go. There we go. Okay, now it's over. All right, let's go ahead and load that back up. There we go. Okay. So here we have... Oh, I should minimize that. So here we go. Here's the driver. Go ahead and extract it. Okay, so now where's our... Let's see here. So where's our executable file? All right, well, let's go ahead and go point towards this. So it's temp Chrome driver on the desktop. Oh yeah, go away. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, let's point to this. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and delete. This is just for temp. So this will be temp driver location. So it should be... Oh. Chrome. Okay, got it, got it. All right. Thank you. So let's see here. We want to go to... I'm trying to think of the extensions that we need to go through. I'm going to just copy it. That'll be the fastest route. There it is, that one. All right. So this is the direction. Oh, can I copy the entire thing? Thank you. You better have copied the entire thing. I will be unhappy if you... There we go. Yeah, that worked. Okay. All right, there. Okay. So that should be our driver. Oh, we should probably put down Chrome here. So that's our driver location. Let's go ahead and get this into, or when we create our instance. So yeah, it should be around... It should be around here. There we go. Now, can we run this? And now it's the complaint. Chrome initialize. Multiple values for argument options. All right, we'll get rid of this for now. Actually, we'll get rid of adding arguments for now. Okay. Let's see here. Chrome driver undetected. So got multiple values for argument options. Oh wait, when we put this in here, is the first thing it inputs is options? Okay. It might be. Let's go ahead and... What are your inputs? Alright, yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that is. Okay, the first one is options, then we have user dir. There it is, driver executable path. That's what we need. Okay. Alright, so that's the problem. The first thing is options. We want this to be driver executable path. And it just lost the... Okay, then... There you go. There you go. Okay. And the binary must be... It is a string. It is a string. This is a string. Okay then. Let's see here. Binary. Actually, maybe it might have to do with that I... I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the double. Try this again. And now, let's see here. Chromium binary location error. Binary location area. Binary location must be a string. I don't know why it doesn't like the fact that... I think it's because it's having trouble finding it, but... Like, this is literally a string. I don't know why it's saying it's not. It would make sense if it said could not find, because it's saying type error, but I don't know why it's throwing a type error, because options has binary location. Let's see here. It's not. Oh, okay, got it. This should be in a different location. All right. Actually, let's go back to the Actually, I think let's check the example. All right. Well, I don't see it in the example, but we'll go ahead and put this. We'll go ahead and add it here. Let's see here. Chrome options dot add argument. Nope, that's not part of the driver executable. Is not in there. I see. Got it. I get it. Since we're not adding any options right now, as you said, let's just get rid of it. Most likely they're looking for Chrome options or something. Let's just get rid of it for now, see if this will solve our problem. Nope. 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 I am surprised that this is being such a nuisance. Let's go in here and see exactly how they set it up. Chrome headless, use subpros false. You would think, but I don't think. But I removed it from there, so. Let's see here. To prevent unnecessary error. No? Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Let's see here. So it's not the options issue. Installed it. They have install executable. That is a Windows executable right there. UC install executable. I wonder. Specify the Chrome driver version, then do install, and then it will do that. Interesting. They claim that's an old version though. Needs to be done before importing the Selenium package. Monkey patch mode. I think they've been having a bit of difficulty with theirs as well. So yeah, it definitely means we'll have to. Yeah, it definitely means we'll have to define where the Chrome driver is located. All right. Let's go ahead and go back on up. Okay, let's dig into the source code. Let's dig in where... Oh, 11. All right, let's dig into the source code homepage. Let's see. So this is his page. Anti-detection. Options, path, web elements. I don't think... I wonder if it's under options. Initialize. I don't think it's initialize. Is it initialize? Actually, I think it is. Actually, I think it might be initialize. I think. Oh yeah, it's definitely initialize. Here's the driver executable, browser executable. So let's see here. Driver executable downloads and patches new binary. So if default is none, it should do that. So, all right then. All right, if that's the case, then what we should... That means it should be fine. All right, I'm going to get rid of options. Let's just run this. Yeah, that's what I'm just testing. Can I just call it with nothing? And we still get the same error. Chromium options. This is... All right, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and just restart the file. Maybe it might have to do with the fact that our instances. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to call this. We're just going to call our undetected Chrome driver. And then from here, we're going to then just try and run it. I bet it might have to do with something, overhead. No, it doesn't have something to do with overhead. Let's see here. Options, binary. Okay, why is this throwing an error? I'm very curious. If the value is a string, that means it might actually have to be... All right, let's go here. Oh. Let's go here. Driver executable path. There is no usage for... Wait, what? Okay, that means... I see. This is the initialization. Then there... All right, down here. Finalize driver executable. Here's driver executable path. Chrome options. So they end up having a Chrome option. The quit session debugger. Compatibility. Let's see here. Does the other one lead to Chrome driver? Yeah, here it is. Chrome driver initialization. So this is the code right here that's causing the trouble. If we can find the... Let's see here. We're looking for type error. Binary location. Let's look for binary... Here, binary... If not binary location. Browser executable path or find Chrome executable. You know, if I had typings in this, it would make things a little easier to follow. Like, is it because of this? We have an either or. That means potentially... Let's see, a browser executable. That should be what we defined up at the beginning, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we defined at the beginning. So that should be... So, since we're not setting it, that means we should... it will be finding it. This isn't typing anything out either. So here we go. Return OS path norm. All right. All right. So they're using path. All right. They're using OS. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Oh. There needs to be an O right there. So that gives us all of the... Okay, then. So apparently... Weird that it's supposed to... Yeah, I know. It's supposed to return a string. I kind of... we were talking earlier about typings, and this is actually kind of a very important thing right here. Because they didn't do any typing here, so now I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I would have loved them to go, oh yeah, this is going to... See here, this right here. Listener, it would be great if they said, returns a bull... Oh yeah, they won't let me modify it. It'd be nice if they said return bool. You know, if they simply did, you know, return bool. There you go. It would make things so much easier if they typed out the outputs of the functions. Okay, let's get back to initialize. Oh, let's get back up here to the initialize function. So we're looking for this right here. That's 3 times there, and then here where we put it into patcher. And that's all we do for the initialization. After we do that, we then do a try except call. So where's patcher? Here is patcher. I didn't expect us to be debugging a different function today. I was just kind of hoping that we would be making some scrapers. I didn't expect to be debugging an undetected Chrome file. Extension name, Chrome driver. Actually, we just called ours Chrome. Yeah, I know. It can be very painful. Yeah. Debugging other libraries can be quite a pain. Because I remember actually there was in an old project that I worked on, I was using something kind of similar to this. It was a third-party application, but because of the fact that I was using 3.7 and they only programmed it to work on 3.9, I had to go in and start modifying little details here and there, and come to find out that there was not really much that needed to be changed to make it compatible with 3.7. They just didn't bother to go back and do it. I could understand, given that they probably wrote it on 3.9, but I needed it for 3.7. So all right. So I have an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to path this. It might be... Let's still pretend that it might be my problem. Let's first assume that it might be my problem. Oh my, that sounds very painful. Oh, that sounds very, very painful. Yeah, that... Okay, let's see here. We're going to path this. Oh. Alright then. Now, since you're a path, you can tell me. Does this exist? The answer is true. Yes, it does exist. So now that I know that this exists, we're actually are pointing to the Chrome driver. Let's see if we can feed this in. So we'll put, so driver executable path. We'll actually feed it a path. And yeah, okay. Selenium, yeah, this is import. This, it's this error exactly here. Yes, I am going to start modifying this. I do not care. I am going to modify this. Okay then. So options, binary location. Let's see here. Actually, why are they doing it this way? If not binary, if options, I'm actually a bit confused why they're doing it that way. Of course it's going to be, empty. We did it. Maybe they're hoping that we will set it earlier. This is in the initialization step. But they're already defining their own options. Well, here they actually here they're putting it in if we do not provide options. Okay, let's try and do that then. All right, so we did set up our own options earlier. Apparently this should be binary. Oh. Why do I have a feeling that it doesn't have a binary section? Or so Chrome options dot binary there, binary location. We'll put down our lock. There we go. We'll then input in Chrome options. So options equals Chrome options. Okay, we'll do these two. Binary location must be a string. All right then. There. Now, run, and it is working finally. Okay then. All right, there we go. It's working. We'll go ahead and do this for now. But there's an error here. There's an error here somewhere. It might be with the Find Chrome executable and how it runs. If it should error out and say cannot find executable as opposed to passing none all the way back up here if that is the problem. Either way, we now have it loading. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get this running here. There we go. We've loaded up. We'll have to stop it from going full screen, but oh, anyway, let's try this out. romhacking.net. All right. Verify. And it worked. There we go. Okay, it worked. Okay then. It's asking us to update. So yeah, there we go. It works. So now what we can do, now what we can potentially do is set up a, this is going to be a core service. All right, so this would be web. This is going to be core. We'll call it web. And then this will be a Python function. We're going to call this browser browser service. Well, if I call it the browser service, well, yeah, we'll go with browser service. The function of this is to download, update, and provide pointers to the various browser files. As yeah, there you go. So we will have to build that. That is a to-do. We'll have to build the browser service for this. But now that we have that, we can now go in. Let's go ahead and see. If I go to... Let's see. If I go... We are at the main page. Download... here. Let's do that. Oh... Self is not defined, but I thought I just defined. Oh, I did define it. It's right here. I did define self. It's called. Oh, it threw an error. Okay. And I bet that it is the Selenium browser. Yeah, it's Selenium browser. All right. Okay. Self.quit or self.driver.quit. All right, something messed up. What is that error for? Let's see here. It's throwing the error, right? It's throwing an error because of the fact that we didn't do our handles correctly. Okay, so we should probably make sure that works, because otherwise we won't be able to get things set. So not done yet here. All right. So yeah, not done yet here. Let's head... There it is, handles. We did not define our handles, which is probably where the problem is lying. We should do it before WebDriver waits. There's an awful lot of overlap here. There's an awful lot of overlap. Let's see here. And most likely everything's going to be kind of the same. I don't like the double lifts, but this might be the better option. Here. And then from here, we'll then this one. And theoretically, we just say if undetected, or if undetected, we do this. Otherwise, we do that. Then that way we don't have to worry about handles. that is all the same. The binary is a bit different. But we will be... Let's see here. We will be moving over to... We'll be moving away from Chrome driver keeping track of the binary. So that should go fine. We don't need that or that or that. So there we go. I think there we go. Okay, I think that should be good. And last but not least, there we go. Okay. There we go. All right. That's much cleaner. That's much nicer. We run the less risk here as well. So now we have that. Let's try and run this again. Load it up. Okay, it looks like we loaded up our full file. We are human. We are human. We hear us be human. Oh my. I bet it's the user agent problem here. Yeah, it must be the user agent. Okay. Because we also happen to add that in, don't we? Yeah, it's this one right here. So that means since Chrome driver, so we can simply put it right here for now, because this is just an added file. Oh boy, who would have thought that this would have been quite a nuisance? Yeah, I would not have thought of it being quite a nuisance. Hey, Anshul, how's it going? We're building a ROM tracking database file thing. The idea is that we're going to be scraping various... There we go, we're in. Okay. So the idea is that we're going to be scraping various ROM hacking data repositories, putting them within a database, and then kind of like compiling it all so that we know what ROM hacks are available, where they're located, and their compatibility. This is a rather pretty big project. It's a rather silly project too. What is a ROM? What is a? I've got to guess that's a typo. What is a ROM hack? All right, so there are many old games out there. If you go to, well, here's a great example. Is it an ISO file? Kind of. Actually, this kind of tells your age a bit. Exactly. So a ROM is read-only memory, and it's pretty much the binary file that you can pull from old games. For instance, as you said, ISO, happens to be the data for PlayStation, Dreamcast, PSP, PlayStation 3, anything that's disc-based. For the ROMs, those would be for the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo, those things. And these all have different ROM hacks. For instance, if you go into romhacking.net and head over to their ROM hacking section, you'll find that they have a lot of different games, a lot of different mods. For instance, here's one. Resident Evil 2. Actually, this is actually an ISO hack right here. But here you can see that it has a lot of different hacks that will pretty much modify the game for you. I don't think it's compatible with any other ones, but they have this. It's good to know that this exists. I mention this as an example because if you actually go to a different website, it's called Resident Evil. So Resident Evil... I forgot the name of the website. I know that I bet if I type in Resident Evil hacking, it'll be the first entry that shows up. Okay, it would have been the first entry that showed up if it wasn't for the fact that Google is dog doo-doo now. It's a Resident Evil hacking website. It used to always show up. It used to be the very, very first link always. And now Google has gotten so bad that they're now hiding the very website that everybody likes to go to. There it is, Resident Evil modding. Thank you. No thanks to you, Google. You should feel bad. So yeah, pretty much here's another website that hosts a lot of ROM hacks and a lot of these. But for most people, they wouldn't know it exists unless you're in the community. And the idea is to build this database to do it. A scraper. So a scraper is a tool that will go into a website and extract information that you want. For instance, maybe the title of a web page, or maybe it might be something as simple as, who the contact information of a web page. Those types of things. Let's see if we go down. I think, well, okay, I don't really need to show you the old classic mods. But this website has a section dedicated to the old PlayStation games. Actually, I'm just kind of looking for it. But they have, but yeah, you get the idea. Let's go ahead and X out of this. But yeah, the idea here is that I have this, and then theoretically, now that I'm within it, if I go to, let's see here, self.selenium driver, we'll go get the page source. If I go ahead and grab this, we'll call this B for now. Let's go ahead and import a beautiful soup. We'll go ahead and put, here we go, we'll call that soup. So now if I do that, and then I go looking, I could probably find, here we go, we'll go ahead and grab this one. Inspect. So we'll go with H2. So we're just looking for H2. Hopefully we won't have trouble, but you never know with websites. Okay, yeah, here I found find all. There we go. So you can see, now that I have access to it, and I go in, I can see that there it is right there. There's the title of the website right there. So I can then simply write this program to scrape everything that I want. That's the idea. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, so that's what I'm doing. I'm writing a scraper so that I'll pull all the data. I can then also pull a lot of the updates, because one of the big things about this website is that, all right, we're done with you for now. If you go to ROM hacks, okay, sorry, not that one, not that section. We want to go to latest ROM hacks. You can get a lot of update information right here. So it would be nice to know what new ROMs are available, what updates have been available, and then I can go in and update my database. Because one of the big problems I find myself having constantly, especially just for me, is that a lot of these hacks, well, like this one actually is a perfect example. It just updated again. I've been updating this damn thing forever. I've been updating this damn thing, like, I think I have like 4 files for it now, because they did 1.0, 1.1a, 1.1b, now it's 1.2b, so that means they did a 1.2a as well. This will be the 5th. I can't, yeah. So this is why I'm writing it. Is because I want to keep track of all of the hacks that I'm interested in and know when they've been updated and such. Oh, thanks for the sub. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so that means I'm gonna have to yeah, I'm gonna have to work on this. But for now, first things first, we want to write our code. So the idea, we have a bunch of different functions. What about driver undetected? So because of the fact we were having a bit of issues earlier, one of the big issues is that a lot of websites do not want to be scraped, which is understandable because the more scraping that happens, the more resources that the higher the resource demand for those websites. In fact, I think, what was it? Wikipedia? Yeah, I think it's Wikipedia. They said that 70% of their traffic were AI bots scraping. And this could be very costly for for these different websites. So as such, a lot of them will use Cloudflare to prevent scrapers from accessing it. So we needed to use an undetected Chrome driver so that we can automate scraping, but not get stuck behind a Cloudflare wall. So that's the problem. No, not really, not really, because a lot of these companies actually don't share their data. I'm going to scrape it, and then I'm going to probably put it in a database on GitHub. That way, if anyone ends up eventually, if this becomes popular and people are using it, they'll be first accessing all of the data from the database that I will be updating personally, and then that way it will decrease the amount of traffic. And if they want to download the ROM, then they'll be directed directly to it. Or I mean, not the ROM, but the ROM hack. That way, this will help the web. That way, theoretically, the application will help them, help traffic with them, or help with traffic for them, and that they will get the reach. But they won't have to worry about thousands of scrapers just taking all of their data. Yeah, because I have. Are you on? Yes, I am on Discord. The Discord is in the link, or is in the profile. When it comes to, I just started this, so it's currently not on Discord yet. I need to decide yet. I think I'll just put the entire thing on Discord, just because just because. But no, 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 that's fine. My English is horrible. Oh, my English is really bad. I'm a native English speaker, and my English is really bad. All right, so let's see here. ROM hack download. We should probably do this here. So yeah, yeah. So this is what we want. This is going to be raw downloading. So all right. Yeah, yeah. So this is where I'm thinking here. So all right. Technically, I'm kind of thinking of the parser system here. So ROM hacking. Oh, we should probably put down here ROM hacking net parser. Let's see here. One last question. I won't disturb you. How does bio fit in your wide variety of interests that are purely logical? Wide variety of other interests that are purely logical. Okay, let me check the bio of my. Let me check the bio real quick. Let's see here. You happen to be on YouTube. Let me go check my bio. I set that a while ago, and I kind of forget what I put down. Let's see here. Oh, I just put down a science raccoon lost in the games. Okay. Oh wait, that's my other account. Okay, we want to. That's my other account. Curious as you go. Okay, let me go. Let's see here. Coding, biology, physics, math. Let's have fun as we go. Yeah, okay. No, I just found it. I just found it. Yeah, coding, biology, physics, math. Let's have fun as we go. That's my bio. Um, well, I like to learn. Learning is a hobby of mine. If I could be a student forever, I would, because I love learning. And I love learning all about all sorts of different things. I think most of the channels that I end up following are all teaching me something new. So that's kind of why my bio comments on these things. I am a biologist by trade. I love coding and physics and math. So I put those in the bio, in that bio, or that's kind of why the bio follows around those. Let's see. I watch Mathologer and Numberphile and Computerphile. Computerphile is the new one for Numberphile. I am old. I think that's the best way to describe it. Just I am old. I remember when the Atari came out. Okay, technically I remember when the Atari was ending its run. But that kind of gives you an idea how old I am. Yeah, that makes yeah, that I am as old as the Atari is, which is quite old. Okay then, let's see here. Let's get this done. So, ROM parser. That's what we're. Oh, no. Go on. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go on. Go. Lay down. My dog is bothering me. You're 20. I see. Oh, hey. That's quite young. Oh, that means. That means you're. Depending on where you are, oh, you're in a ripe good age. If you're in the United States, that means you're 1 year away from being able to drink alcohol. If you're in the UK, then that means you're already 4 years into being able to drink alcohol. If you're in Hong Kong, where I'm currently located, then you are 2 years into being able to drink alcohol. And if you're in Ireland, then I think you could start drinking already. If you're in Australia, though, I think you have had alcohol before. All right, I'm thinking because if I remember in Australia, I think that you actually have to be like. Don't quote me on it, but if I recall, it's quite. Oh, hey, Poppy, how's it going? Hey, Poppy. If I recall, in Australia, you actually have to be a little bit older to drink. We are busy. We have just managed to fix a glaring problem in our code, but okay, go on. All right, good girl. Go on, go lay down. Oh yeah, you're fat. You're very heavy. Go on, go lay down. My dog is bothering me. I do not know why she's bothering me. She's just over here, just like, hey, how's it going? You look like you could use some attention. Here, let me bother you. Okay. All right. Okay, parser. So once we're here, we're going to want to access the database because the idea is that. So Oh, whoops, wrong location here. Const service. We're going to end up having, this will be the web page service. Oh. Let's see here, and then there, that one. I haven't wrote web page service yet though, so let's see here. Hey, welcome back, chat. I know. They're awesome. They're awesome. Better watch out though. My dogs like to be very noisy. Hopefully they won't bark during the stream, but sometimes they like to bark. And it can get a bit noisy. Alright then. Let's see here. I think we worry about this one that's just to save. And this will be a dictionary. String, and this will be a web page document. There we go. And then this one. There we go. All right, define, initialize. To save. Oh, to save. There we go. And then what I'm kind of the reason why I'm over here doing this is because what we kind of want to do is we want to get the parsing done. Since I have it set up or kind of set up, we can just go ahead and start because I always find it easier to do the parsing while you're in the when the website is active. Let's see here. Let's see here. So this will be parse ROM hack. I think we just call it ROM hack. All right, let's take a quick peek at this and see what it says. This is the project page. So parse ROM hack project page. There we go, and we'll take in, this will be the project page. Oh, project page, this will be a string. I think, yeah, it'll be a string because we'll be, yeah, this will be a, All right, so to try and explain all right, so to explain the logic, because I'm pretty sure that some people are wondering what is he thinking about. So let me explain the logic here. This is a rather important because of the fact that this is a time-saving mechanism for you, as well as a data integrity question as well. Because you'll want to do for validation as well. But so the idea is we have our website right here. Here's our website. Oh my handwriting. Oh, you guys will definitely know that I've worked in you definitely know that I worked in a hospital if you see that. That is so bad. Let's make that look better. Okay then. That is still bad. Website. all right, okay. So we have a website, and what the best course of action to do here? Medical professor. Well, I was a research scientist, but I was a research scientist who happened to work. It was a biomedical research facility that I worked in. I was attached to a hospital so that I could talk with the various other, I could talk to the doctors who worked there. I was studying neuronal regeneration. They were treating patients with degenerative diseases. So we would collaborate. And I would also have to happen to write a lot of things because we had to communicate with a lot of about a lot of different details. And as such, yeah, my handwriting kind of mimics theirs. I've been trying to work on that. But yeah, okay. So here you have a website. You'll have your text right here. And you'll have different details like the title, the description. Oh my. The title, the description. So title, description, and then other details. Now for most scrapers out there, I would like to think for most scrapers out there, what they like to do is we'll have our little scraper bot right here. Here's our scraper bot. And what it'll do is it'll go here and go, oh, I want these, this, and this. I am going to proceed to grab all of these things right here and store this in a database. So here will be our DB right here. So that's what the bot will do. So what happens if you want additional information? So here's title, description, and details. What happens if I want to get the CRC file? Well, because the bot only went in and grabbed these 3 files, suddenly there's no way to access this because we didn't grab it. So the bot will have to go do it again. And then again, if there's more information, and then again. Like, at a certain point, you might end up hitting this website like 6, maybe 8 times to collect all of the data that you want, because you might realize, oh, I should have grabbed this, or oh, I should have grabbed that. What a better option to do would be is instead of just going in and scraping the website, what you would do is you would go to your data, and here's all of your different data information, and say, I'm going to take this, I'm going to compress it. So I'm going to compress it into a zip file, just do like a zip compression. And then I'm going to store that in the database. So suddenly what I'll have is a whole lot of these little zip data files, right, like this, that contain all of the potential data that I want. And then from here, I can then have the little bot go, okay then, what do I want to parse from here and then feed it into a different database? So from here, if I want to, effectively what I'm doing is I'm caching websites. And because we're just grabbing the string data, then it should be relatively tiny. And then from here, I can grab all of the different data that I want. And if I go, oh, I forgot to pull in the CRC file. So instead of scraping again, I can just go into my database. So this is kind of this is the data structure that we're going for. Hence one reason why the parser and the scraper are separated. But that's kind of what's going on here on this code, because we'll be saving the file as a zip, and then I will be unzipping it in the parser and then running it. So the question here is, do I convert it into, do I just pass strings around and then convert it into an XML file for parsing, or do I do it here? Part of me feels like I should probably just part of me feels like what I should do is I should do it here, because I might want to use something besides XML parsing. I might want to use Beautiful Soup down the road, or I might want to maybe not do any of that programming at all. Maybe I want to recreate the website. Maybe I want to recreate it down the line. So yeah, we should probably do it here then. So if you recall, we should have another parser somewhere. That's not it. Let's see here. It might be in our... Okay, not... Oh, yeah, here it is, right here. This one. This one right here. So from here, what we'll then do is we'll have that. We'll do LXHTML. And this will be the project page. And this will be the... let's see here. We'll call this LHTML. And this will happen to be a... What are you outputs? Oh yeah, this is... We need to do from string. Let's see here. If I recall, you return a... Actually, you know what? We're going to do this. We'll call it a... It will complain at us. Or maybe not. Okay, what do you return? I need to keep the typing. So, oh, you don't define the typing. That explains it. All right then. So, you don't return self. You return body. But where's body? You do a body find all. So document from string. That's what you're calling. All right. Okay then. I'm going to... Let's type it. Let's type it. So we have our page source. It's called B, right? Yeah, B is our page source. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll do this here on B, like so. We'll call this LHTML. I probably should make this a bit more clear. We'll call this the... No, we'll call it LA. I think LHTML is pretty clear. We'll keep it that. Type LHTML. And there we go. It's a HTML element. Okay. All right, let's import that in. There we go. Okay. So now we are typed correctly. Now from here, we can XPath this. Now this is kind of where I'm talking about right here. This is where it comes in handy to have the file open. Because we want to start grabbing all of this information. So we want to grab the name of the hack, which is going to be the top file right here. So we want to grab this. So it'll be a... Oh. Yes, we did get it working. We have it working now, so we can now access it. The problem was that there's a bug in undetected Chrome where if you don't have a binary string, it's kind of a bug in undetected Chrome because what they're doing is they're passing in... It's a typing error pretty much. What it's doing is it's trying to find Chrome in the path. It's going into the OS and looking for the paths. It works great when you have Chrome installed, but because I do not have Chrome installed, instead of throwing an error saying, oh, we did not find Chrome, you do not have Chrome installed, it just passes a none. So that none gets passed forward all the way up to where the binary path, and then that's where the error throws. So yeah, that's where the problem is. So by us just passing in Chrome options and setting the binary path in Chrome options, it worked. And that's where the problem lies, because what we were originally doing was we were trying to that's where the other bug is. Because it automatically tries to do it in Chrome options when it's not passed in, it doesn't matter if we set the directory path. If you remember, they have a directory path in their thing. But because they do Chrome options first, it's always going to throw an error. It's never going to get to setting directory path. So it's a bug in their way that their thing is set up. Can I repeat? Yeah. So to explain briefly, there's a file called. Or we should. A moment. Let me put that there. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay. So in our Selenium base, we found out that Cloudflare was detecting Selenium, and we needed to set up an undetected instance in order to run. And in order to do that, we're using undetected Chrome driver. It is a kind of optimized hidden driver setup that someone programmed. And when you go, and the problem was that we kept running into a binary error, and we couldn't exactly find out why. And we ended up finding eventually that when they initialize, because here I was putting it in here, this driver path. However, if you go down here, you'll find the very first thing they do, well, besides Patcher, the second thing that they do is they create options. So they do Patcher, they do Auto, and then options. Now, because they don't pass in this driver executable into the options, when you do the no options create options, it will end up going down here, and it will run two functions. It'll run two functions. Let's see here. Where can I find it? I think we'll have to go further down. Let's see here. Where are you? All right. The main point is that because of that problem, it will automatically try and pull the data from the OS. So if we import in OS, os dot environ dot path. Let's see here. Come on, be nice to me. Don't quit be nice to me. Oh yeah, it's not being nice to me. All right. It's not being nice to me. There it is right here. Get path. This one. So when you do this, it will provide all of the different paths. But Chrome isn't in here, so it pulls a none out. And because it pulls a none out, it passes the none through, and then it throws the error. And so that's the problem that we're having. So what I'm doing to solve this is we're just going to set it in Chrome drive in options. So that's what we do right here. We set the binary location, and then just pass that in, which should solve the problem. I might later down the road send a saying this error happens when you try to pass in the driver location, but we can do that. I can do that later. For now, we solved our problem. Let's continue with our coding. Let's continue with the main task that we've been desperately trying to get to, which is this. So top bar. So div class top bar. This is news item. So top bar. Div. Okay. So here we go. We have XPath. So we'll be div. We're looking for contains. This will be class. And we're looking for top bar. And we're looking for H2. But we're looking for the text. And oh my. Oh yeah, we should probably okay, let's do this. Project page is equal to self dot selenium driver page source. Oh, not patcher, page source. Thank you very much. There we go. And then we do that, and it threw an error. Okay, why you throw an error? HTML is not defined. Oh. Ah, okay, there we go. We defined it. There. And, oh my. Apparently, we're going to have to be a little bit more... Apparently, there's a lot of things in top bar that's H2. Okay. Alright, have a good one, Ansel. Good... Gaio. Add oil. Add oil. Good luck with class. Okay, so because of the fact that that is multiple places, you tried playwright. Oh, adieu. Oh, adieu. Ooh, makes me think you're French. Ooh. I'll look into that. Because this is not just a learning process or this is not just building a program for the fun of it. This is actually also a way to ingrain some of the programming protocols and procedures, because my brain is like a wall and it takes a lot of beating to get things into it. So this is a great way for me to try and go, aha, I can poke a hole in my brain wall and I can actually remember this. Okay, so let's see here. Div, new, let's see here. Class top bar. You would think that this would be the only one. H2, div class top bar. Actually... Yeah, project file. Yeah, I put in project file correctly. Yeah, it's the current pulled websites. Let's see here. What does this look like exactly? There's the header. romhacking.net, yes. Oh, it's very ugly. I need to set up a way to beautify this. I really do. Oh, I see. I see a lot of the other sections as well, so we might have to define those other sections out. It's not going to be main. Because it looks like up here, ID, header wrapper. Alright, that might be the way to do it. We'll do div, so div ID main, and then another div. So, div, oh, contains, and we'll go with ID, main, and then another div, because there's a second one after that. Now this should just be there it is, yes. Aha, alright. And user reviews apparently tend to be the first one as well. I don't think we'll have to worry too much about the other one, because user reviews will always be second in this website. So with that in mind, what we can then do is, if we can collect this, and we'll call this the RomHack name list. So if we can get that, then let's see here. The RomHack name will equal. Let's see here. RomHack name list. There'll be the first element. There we go. Why are you throwing? Oh yeah, I know why. We didn't put the. No wait, that is there. Why are you oh. That's the error. Okay, there we go. Okay. It should be an equal sign. Okay then, so from there, now the next item on the list. The next item on the list, so that's that. We want to go in and start getting these details as well. For instance, who developed it? I wonder if we can... This comes all down to tracking, information tracking. So we have a release by. Yeah, this is all about tracking. So the part of me feels like I should throw this into pandas and just let it parse its way out. But part of me feels like I want to control as much of this as possible. Because if I make it dynamic, then we might run into issues of, dynamic problems. But if I set it as constant, then we would have run into different problems, but data integrity wouldn't be one of them. Plus, I'm going to be parsing all of these out anyway. All right, yeah, let's do that. So, let's see here. So, T-body. ROM hack information, T-body. Let's see here. This is a Mega Man DX. This is a hack of Mega Man 3. So we'll definitely need to get that information. Aha, here. Let's see here. Oh, they have a link to the game. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's great to see. Oh, that's great to see. Okay, then. That means this will make things a little bit even easier. Because then what we can do is we can start building the connections within the database, too. And they separate out the hack of... Oh, this is such a nicely developed... Wow, props to the person who made this. They made it... Has anybody looked at... Have you ever been to Twitter and looked at how painfully ugly that is? Whoever wrote Twitter needs to go back to programming school. Like, Twitter is ugly when it comes to how it's structured and how everything is designed. They have a div and a div and a div, and then they have more divs inside more divs just so that they can show a single line of text. And you'd think, why do they do that? Because it's such a waste of resources. And yeah, it's just such a waste of resources. I don't even know why they do it like that. And I don't think they have anyone over there who's trying to fix that problem. They just... I don't know. Anyway. I like the way that this is structured. This is nice. Props to them. It makes things infinitely easier for anybody who's looking at it. So T-body. T-body is the main file right here. So let's go ahead and do a... since this is not a soup, all we really need to worry about is XPathing it. So T-body. Let's see here. Actually, I wonder if I can I copy the path? Copy. Oh, copy. XPath. There we go. Perfect. Oh, this is going to make things so much easier. There we go. And I'm going to make it a little bit less... oh my. Yeah, I'm going to make it a little bit less like this. All right, then. We're going to do that. I don't think... this should be... Oh, yeah, as I said, this is a very lengthy XPath. We just want to get to T-body. There it is, T-body. I don't think he'll have any other ones. There we go. Oh. And we'll go for text. There we go. Mega Man. There it is. Mega Man 3. There we go. Okay. There we go. So that's the name of the ROM. That's the name of the ROM. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of if statements in this. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of if statements in this. If, so this will be the ROM name. And we'll call it, we'll pass it right now. Because ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to have a different So we're going to have we have the web page service, but we're also going to have the ROM hack. It's going to be ROM hack service, and this will end up. This will be. Let's see here. So this will be ROM hacking, a ROM hack service. Let's see. One moment. I think we started setting something up earlier, didn't we? It's in Mongo. That's ROM docs. We have not yet. Okay, we have not yet. So we will have to start setting that up. Yeah, we'll have to. All right, we have a lot to set up. The main point is this: what we're going. This will be eventually feeding into a file called ROM hack. It'll be a ROM hack document for MongoDB, and then from there we can start saving all the all of the information. So what we'll do here is we'll call it ROM hack name. Or sorry, not ROM hack name. ROM name is equal to. I know, yeah, it's a bit dumb, but. All right, next on the list. And since we have all of that, the next thing we just need to do is. Let's see here. I bet they're all just divs, aren't they? Actually, that one's... Wait a minute. Oh yeah, because... Let's see here. Wait a minute. Their structure is a bit different. So it'll be TR and then TD and A. So wherever there is a... Yeah, wherever there is a URL, it automatically goes to A. That means if somebody releases a ROM and they don't have they're not in the community section, this is going to be blanked out, and it's going to result in, you know, this structure. All right. Well, okay. So let's go ahead and continue with this. Let's go ahead and worry about. Here, we'll go with category. So T-body, TR, THTD. Okay, let's grab those. We'll change this one up a bit. Oh, we'll change this one up a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna set this to pass. Just because so we don't get... Alright, so this will be the category, ROM category. So T-body, TR. Alright, so first things first. So we go into TR, then we have THTD. So we want to go to the TD section right there. But for this one, we need to go to... Let's see here, TH. And then from here, I think TH should have text. Oh, so text should equal category. Is it capitalized? Yes, it's capitalized. All right then. So yeah, that should theoretically grab us that file that we want. And no, it throws an error. Okay, why'd you throw an error? Invalid expression. Oh, all right. Invalid. It might be because... Oh, why is that there? Of course it's invalid. That's not supposed to be there. All right. And yeah, there. Okay, throws an error. All right. Oh yeah, because there's no... That doesn't exist anymore. There it is. All right, perfect. There it is. Game Boy. Right there. There it is, right there. Game Boy. Oh, yeah. Game Boy Color DX. Okay. All right then. So with that in mind, let's create. Let's see here. We have variables, constants, variables. Let's go ahead and change this. This will be the. Oh, this will be the. It's going to be a list. I know that much. It's going to be a list of strings. This is going to be the. What is this going to be? Information list. There we go. We'll call it information list. Info list. Now from here, we're going to have category. All right, one moment. Where import pandas as PD. Okay, then PD dot. So this will be read XML. I wonder if it will be fine if I patch in LHTML. We'll find out. And what are you complaining about? Oh, double that. There you go. Okay. And yeah, I didn't like that. Okay. Let's see here. Checking things out. Let's see. Could not parse. All right. Oh, it might be because this gives back an element. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see why I didn't parse it. I can see why I didn't parse it at all. We need to send this back as a string. So let's see here. Here's our T body. Here's our three. Here's our. Oh, we pull back 3 T bodies. Okay. That means we'll probably want the second one. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Oh. Still throwing out 3, huh? All right. pd.read XML. And then this will be LHTML. This. And yeah, it really does not like that. So we need to output our XPath. We need to output this element as a string. So let's go ahead and call you A. Get you out of the way, A. Let's see, there should be 2. Okay. We need to go check it out real quick. So since this is an element, let's see, if not from string, we want to go 2. We want to go to, oh, tree elemental base. All right then, here. Let's see here, where that's canonicalize, clean up, comments, dump, elements, entity, from string. No, we want to go to string, HTML. I don't think it would be that. Yeah, I didn't think it would be that. Not is element parse, no. Parse ID. Not registered, no. Not getting the default parser. Strip tag, no, definitely not. ToString. Like, is it really just ToString? Okay. Okay, HTML object has no attribute toString, but we're looking at it. We are looking at it. That means this might not be a HTML element. But if that's not the case, then what are you? What are you? It might be. Wait, is it just? It's an element. No, it should be an HTML element. It should have it. It should have toString. Let's see here. Base URL, no. Find, no. Forms, no. Not header, not index, not label. Text. Text content. Okay, let's try that one. Let's see here. And it's still throwing an error. Okay. Don't force me to go to... Alright, it's going to force me, so I'm going to... Alright then. Fine then. Self.selenium driver. We'll go directly from the source. And it's throwing an error because we didn't give it a parser. Alright. I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm just going to copy and paste these things. Let's just get over here and start making a list. I was hoping to just load up, because Pandas has the ability to extract out stuff from HTML, especially if you point it to where it needs to, but sometimes you need to add in like the parser. Let's see here. This is going to take some time. This is going to be a bit of a nuisance. I'm going to open up a separate file. Where's Notepad? Notepad. Here it is. Okay, got it. Notepad. Okay. So we have Notepad. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly type these in. So we have... Alright. Released by, category, platform, genre, patch version, release date, last modified. There we go, and that should be all of those. All right, so this should be the list of all of the content in here. I think if we wanted to be a bit more, we could also go up here, because technically this also is part of it. This right here is also part of it. It doesn't have a TH though. It has a TD, but no TH, so... Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll go ahead and grab these. Let's go up here. So this is all of the... Oh. I don't like you sometimes, program. Special paste. I don't know why it likes to... It tried to split those up. I really don't. Alright then. So, let's see here. Released by. Final string. There we go. And then we kind of want to do this all over, repeat this multiple times. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this bit first. And then we'll simply do that. There we go. And then we'll add in the fix the problem. All right, and then the last but not least, we just need to start paste. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, start doing this. So this will be category, platform, genre, patch version, release date, and then this will be last modified, and there we go. And then from here we can then create our list. This needs to be capitalized, info list. And then from here we can then just simply put in our info. And I spelled category wrong. The R is in the wrong place. There we go. This way, if I need to change anything, it should be pretty easy. I won't have to change much. And if I need to call some of these outside, then it shouldn't be too much problem. Since I created a list, like so, we don't really have to worry too much about the other one. There we go. Okay, good. So there we go. Now we have info list. Let's get down here. Here we go. All right, so we have our ROM cat. So it's not going to be just ROM category anymore. So this will be for info in our list. There we go. If our item, and from here we're going to now input in it. This needs to be modifiable. Category is now going to be info. And from here, if we're able to find, so this should now be ROM info. So if we are able to get ROM info, then let's create a dictionary for now. We'll modify this later. Let's create a dictionary for now. And we might have to make some of these consts, but for now, let's do this. We'll call this, info. Oh. Oh yeah. I actually shrunk everything. Okay, so we'll call this info dict. This is going to be a dictionary. We'll have a string. We'll also have another string. There we go. If we're able to find this, we'll then have that info, and this will be ROM info. There we go. So now if I run this, we need to set. Okay, we need to set the variable. Yeah, these right here. There we go. Oh my, this is I'm gonna have to figure out what the code is to expand everything. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so now we have that. Let's copy this over. We'll paste that here. Let's get rid of self, like so. Run that, and why did it throw an error? I thought that I made info list. Oh, final. That's why. Okay. We need to define final. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Info dict. And there's all our files. Oh, right then. We have all of it. I think we should probably set this to 0. Like so. So next time we run it. Oh. Oh, why did you throw... Oh, yeah, I know why. I know why. We'll run it here. Like so. Oh, yeah. There. Okay. Now, if we check out our info dict, it should have... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now we're able to pull out all of that information. Nice. Next is the description. So where's the description located? Right here. And there's a lot of URLs. Oh my. Oh yeah, there's a lot of URLs. But I think as long as they... Oh yeah, we're going to have to write a parser for this, for the description. We can find the description right easily. Oh, it's its own separate section too. All right. That's good to know. So we'll be div class entry body small. Description. All right then. So yeah, it looks like, yeah, we'll have to write a parser for this to convert it all into string, because yeah, we'll have to write a parser. It looks a bit, we'll have to be recursive too. Because we want this entire thing to be put in its own little documents, or, you know, because we're going to be referencing back to this later. And if I tried to just export this out, it would look a bit strange. Yeah, it'd be an HTML format. Let's see here. I wonder. Actually, let's see something real quick. If we go to div, and we just need to get to this div here. So div 8. Okay, yeah. Let's get to that div real quick. So it's div, and we want to find the div that happens to have h3, and the h3 happens to have a text. Oh, actually, it should be this text. I want to set this to contains for now, because we might change down the road. And this should be, let's see here. Description. All right, just description. Okay. Description. Oh, it did not find anything. Did I spell something wrong? Oh, I think I might have spelled something wrong. Oh, yeah, I think I might have spelled something wrong. All right, div. Oh, maybe it's the. Maybe it's that. Yep, that was the problem. All right, so we have it. Okay, so now that we have that, if we go here, we want to find the other div, and we'll want to get the text. Let's strip that. Oh, it's a list. Oh, balls, it's a list. Okay, okay. All right. It's a list. Oh, actually, if you look at it, it's just a list of N's and T's. Yeah, that's just a list of N's and T's right there. That's not exactly what we want. So in other words, we are going to have to write a parser for this text. And if I get to, let's see here. Maybe if we, oh my, yeah, we're gonna have to, yeah. Let's parse. This is going to be, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a nuisance. We have the location down. That's the location right there. Oh, what? There's 5 already in here. Let's do a quick peek one more time and see what the 5 elements are. Let's see here. Here is our div. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's the 5 elements. So that is correct. This is what we want to be. So let's copy this over. Let's copy this over. So if this will be the description, this will be the description element. There we go. And let's set the description element. Particularly, we want to set it to be the web. Let's see here. HTML. There it is. HTML element. HTML. There you go. There we go. All right. All right then. So we know that's that. And we should probably put down a to-do. To-do. We need to write an HTML parser or text parser. Now, because of the fact that this is going to be a parser, everywhere is going to be needing to use this. So this is going to be a general. So write a general one because, yeah, this is not the only website that will be needing this type of parser. So we'll need to write a general one, but that's the description. So then the next one will be ROM info, this one. And it's a div and its ID is ROM info. Oh, nice. Okay. I wonder if I can just go straight to ROM info. Let's see here. ROM info happens to be in the description. I think I might be able to. Let's try. Let's try. So let's see here. We just want to find an ID, which is equal to ROM info. Invalid expression. All right. Okay. Why are you throwing error? Actually, I see an error. There's only one of one of those now, and it's still not. I bet it's cap. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. It is. There's an underscore. Got it. Got it. Underscore. There it is. There's our element. Okay then. So if this is our element, we should have a bunch of LIs in here as well. Yeah, we do. So we can go U and then to the LI, and then the LIs will be needed to parse. Oh my, why did he do it? Why did they do it differently this time? Oh yeah, we'll have to, it's a bit different this time. Okay. I have a feeling this will be a pain in the butt that we'll have to be coming back to much later, because if any of these points has another colon in it, it will throw an error. I could probably say the first, split at the first colon. That might be what we want to do. Yeah, that might be what we want to do. So let's go ahead and yeah, if I remember, so this is for reference. I remember this data here changes constantly. So if you notice, this has an SHA and a CRC file. It also tells us the database match and the database that it came from. So this is quite useful information. But if we go to a different one, let's go to, let's see here. What about we go to, how about, yeah, PlayStation, perfect, this one. Yeah, if you look here, it has a whole, there's an awful lot more information here. Apparently, disk 1, disk 2, it goes all the way down. It has CHA32 and SHA1, but it's for all of the different files. And it's both for revision 1. Yeah, so this is going to be, the ROM info is going to be quite different. Let's try a different one. FDS, this one. All right. That looks the same. And what about you? Okay, so far things are looking fairly homogeneous, except for the PlayStation one when it had more ROMs involved. Princess Crown. What about you, Princess Crown? I remember there being other... Okay. I think the 32, those two are the predominantly the primary CRC codes. Well, here's an MD5. All right, so there's another one. There's an MD5. And, oh, balls. That is very different. Oh, that is, oh boy. That hurts. That hurts a lot. There's no semicolons there. Oh, that is so painful looking. Ow. Ow. All right then. So we will have to write code to set this. We need this information because it is the code associated with the ROM. And all of the connections will be based on said codes. Actually, I think I'm going to set everything based off of the CRC file. This will be needed to link to the CRC file or the SHA file. But because of the fact that they don't actually mark that, who gets to put this info in? Any other one? Oh, that was a PlayStation problem. I'm going to ROM hacks. PlayStation. There it is, PlayStation. Oh, they have Vita. Ooh. I'd be curious. What PlayStation Vita hacks do they have? I am curious. Guitar Hero 5. That. What? Wait. What? Wait. What? Where is all of the information? It doesn't even have the file. This means that the ROM this ROM ISO information. This is user input. This isn't like this data here, which is data. You know, you have to fill in the form. Yeah, this is. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about this because this doesn't even have the CRC file. It has the MD5 file, which is. Thankfully, they have that. I'm happy they have that, but that also means we might have... All right, how about this? If you recall, we have the no intro data sources here. Let's see here. Here's no intro. We have this data here already. PlayStation 2. This should be under Sony. There it is. Sony, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Alright, where's PlayStation 2? Okay, maybe the redump. No, not that one. Non-redump? No. Non-game? No. Where is the PlayStation 2? Maybe I didn't see it, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Let's see here. PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portal. It should be here. It should be right up there. But it's not there. Non-redump. Alright, well maybe... Alright, it's non-redump, but let's check this out and see what does the DAT file look like. And okay, here we are. We had the Sega Mega Drive one opened up earlier. What about you? Okay, what about you? How's your structure looking? So we have the game. There's the name of the game. There's the genre, description. Then we have the ROM name. Then we have size, CRC. They have the MD5. Okay, that is great to see. SHA 1, SHA 256, and then the serial. All right then. And if this is for all of them, I do not think this is for all of them. Yeah, I don't think this is for all of them. This looks pretty... There should be a lot more than this in this selection section. That is a lot of SS. That's a lot. What is this? Red Star Beta. Oh, okay. The Red Star Beta. All right. Good to know. So, what is that file? What is that game we're looking at? Guitar Hero. All right. Guitar Hero. Okay, how can you not find the text? How can you... This is a basic text search. Brave, what's wrong with you? Okay. Let's just do a quick... Let's see here. Here's the G's. It should be not too difficult to find. A lot of ghostwriters. A lot of... Oh, yeah, it's... We're missing a lot from this. Okay. Alright, where's the PlayStation 2 one? Aftermarket? No. Huh, very strange. Very strange. I don't see PlayStation 2 at all. I see source code. I have a strong suspicion that they don't have the PlayStation 2. They don't have PlayStation 2 in their no intro section. I might have to download it separately. Maybe it was being updated at the time. But yeah, they don't have it. Alright, how about this then? They have... They don't even have the old... They don't even have PlayStation. Oh my. Wii. They have Wii, right? Nintendo Wii. They have Nintendo 3DS, new 3DS. They have Wii U. There's all the digital stuff. Okay, I'm noticing it. There are no CD-based information in here. All right. Yeah, they have. There's no CD-based information in here. This is customs. All right. GameCube. Okay, maybe this one. All right, let's do this. Let's check out GameCube files and see. What we're looking for is to see if the MD file or whatever data they have, if it's the same. It should be because it's based purely off of the ROM. I'm just trying to validate it. Because the last thing I want to do is start trying to do a comparison and find out that it's wrong. Let's see here. GameCube. Game Boy Advanced. I guess it's called Nintendo GameCube in this, isn't it? Yes, it's called Nintendo GameCube in here. Okay, alright. Donkey Konga... Wait, Donkey Konga had Japanese songs that we couldn't play as. This works. This is fine. They just have Donkey Konga 2 ISO and then SH. So here's the S. So... Odd. Odd 97. Alright. So let's go down to Donkey Konga. This is not in order. Oh, here, I saw Donkey Konga. We're looking for the second one, but... It would be faster to look the other way around. It'd be faster to look the other way around. Let's see here. We have Paper Mario. Let's go on up here. To be fair, I know for a fact that there is a Metroid Prime 2 mod. Maybe I can look at that one. Though this is the European version. Luigi's Mansion? Ah, maybe that one. Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, here we go. Luigi's Mansion, right here. First person optimized. Okay. Luigi's Mansion, first person optimized. It is the US ISO. So they're looking for 96A7D. And here we have Luigi's Mansion. It is 84cc. Oh boy. This is here. Oh, OBO. Yeah, okay. This is going to be a giant pain in the behind. We're going to have to... All right, well, this is kind of what I was trying to validate. This is what I was kind of trying to validate. So if we look here... Luigi's Mansion US, it's a game. It's GLME01. And then we have OBOC33. Oh, wait. The only difference is the 0 in the front. Everything else is the same. All right. But the SSH is different. And the MD5 is different as well. But the CRC is close. Let's try a different one real quick. One more look. Resident Evil 2. If I remember, we saw Resident Evil up here earlier, didn't we? I see Resident Evil 4. I see Pikmin. Here. Resident Evil... Oh, that's just Resident Evil 1. Metroid Prime. Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, here we go. Super Mario Sunshine. We saw that one. We saw a mod in here. Super Mario Sunshine. Here we go. First one right here. Shadow Mario Story. Okay. So for this particular... They don't have any information. Oh my, they don't have anything. Okay, so yeah, they're not going to make this easy on us at all. All right. I think at that point, we're going to have to go somewhere else. So that we're going to have to rely on the hack of information. We hop into hack of. That here we can then go to ROM information. And then from here, it doesn't have any information. All right. All right, yeah, we're going to have some fun with this, aren't we? We're going to have some fun with this. This has... Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Information-wise, MD5 is... It might be this file, because this is different as well. The CRC file is the same at least. The CRC file is the same at least, which is good to know. But yeah, we're going to have to do some... The fact that we just found that... The fact that we just found... this, of all things, there's no information. That means we're going to have to take whatever we can get with a grain of salt, and we're going to have to program in a lot of if statements. We're going to have to notify it that if the data is not present, then just don't worry about it. It's probably a good thing that we're doing a MongoDB as well, because this will help save some space. But yeah, so pretty much from here... Oh, you're bothering me again. Why are you bothering me? Come on, go lay down. Yes, go lay down. Be a good girl. Go lay down. She's wanting attention for some reason. He's looking at me like, what's going on? And she's like, pat me. I want pets. Pat me. But yeah, so, okay, let's do this one-handed for a little bit. So that means it'll be if, we're going to be grabbing this as well. All right. So we're going to go ahead and grab the detailed information from here. Let's get back to where we were earlier. Oh, okay, since we're here, we can just exit out. Here we go, this one. We can get back here earlier. Now, if I recall, this happens to be ROM info, UL, and then this will all be a bunch of different ULs. So from here, it looks like it's always going to be an LI. So UL, LI. So if that's the case, then that should make things a little easy on us, because we can actually do a list. We can use the XLM. We can use the XL. We could use LHTML in order to extract out a list of files. So we need to get here into the description, but instead of a div, what we want is we want the div ID ROM info. Okay. I think we already, yeah, this one right here. So let's go ahead and copy this. Actually, since we have that, we can do this. And this is no longer going to be just an element. This is going to be a list of elements. So this will be the... this should be... Because this is not just ROM info. This will be the... oh, what was I calling it? It's like the CRC... We actually were creating a database document for that. Not details, not categories. Checksum, there we go. Checksum. So this will be checksum element lists, or checksum list. And from here, we're going to be looking for LU, LI, text, like that. And let me guess, I picked the wrong UL. Thank you. Okay, UL and then LI. Okay. I put down what? LU? Yeah. And then theoretically what this should do is it should extract all of the LI elements, that all of the text LI elements. And there it is. All right, perfect. There. So here's all of the information. And then we're going to have to figure out what to do with this. Part of me feels like I can do part of me feels like I should do checksum lists and then split, or... Okay then. So item.split for item in checksum list. So there's that. And then, oh. For item, let's see here. Why did you complain? Checksum, oh yeah, it's because we didn't define checksum list. Okay. And it's throwing another error. Let's see here. Let's see here. What object? What does the error say? Element tree does not contain wait, that's not a, those aren't, wait a minute, those aren't, Let's see here, checksum list. This isn't a list of strings. Apparently it isn't. Attribute error reference, split, unresolved. But text always has the split function. Python has, like, if I do this, I like pi, I can type in split. See, it's right there, split. I can set the denominator, and it will make a list for me. That means that these aren't, yeah, these aren't strings. These are elements. Are they web elements? What that does mean, though, is I'm gonna let's see here. If I convert it to a string, how will it do? How will it do? Let's see here. Oh, this should be HTML. There we go. And nope, it's still throwing an error. All right, that means it's something else. Let's see here. Attribute error. It is in this. Let's go ahead and grab that. All right, I'm going to set you to checksum list. There we go. Checksum list. The first element. All right, type. You are a. Yep, you're an. That's what you. That is what you are. You're not a string. When did it stop outputting strings? This used to. They changed that. Well, all of my knowledge, all my experience was with an older version of this because we were using an older version of the people I worked with. They didn't want to update Python, so they left it at 3.7. Well, okay, 3.8. They left it at 3.8 because we did have whale, at least the whale operation, but it just means that a lot of the other stuff didn't get updated as well. So if that's the case, that means we have to change checksum. We have to change this item now to a string. Let's see here. How do I do that? If I remember, this did not work. Okay, why did it not work? Apparently it works now. I noticed that I'm missing an I. How much do you bet that that was the problem? Yes, that was the problem. I need to learn to type. Okay then. So it does output itself as a string. All right then. So it is my problem, typing. But with that in mind, we can now have, this is now a list of lists, but this will be a split checksum list. This will be a list of, hopefully it's a string. There we go. There we go. And then from here, we can then proceed to start parsing out this stuff. Man, we'll have to put down that a to-do and then parse out available information. Now the question lies. So one thing we could do is this is ideas. So one is if no split, then perform a ROM search with the item. So that's one thing. And this is under contingency. If already no ROM, the ROM, if we already know the ROM doc, if we already know the ROM doc, then skip. So that's one option. Another option is ignore any with no split. And then a third idea would be, oh, let me make sure everything is typed correctly. So the first one is that if we have no split, then we assume that it is information that we need, and then we perform a search. The other one is that we just ignore those and forget about it. The last idea would be, instead, it would be to just save the raw checksums and use the so here we go. Save raw checksums, or save raw checksums, or actually there's 4 ideas we can do. The other one would be to just save raw checksums and then use to find ROM doc. And the last one would be simply use the hack of details to find ROM info and perform CRC in self by self. Actually, wait, how much do you bet that's what that is? I think that might be what that is. This right here is the SSH and the CRC for the patched ROM. That's why we were not getting matches, because this should be the information for us that is. So yeah, that means this should be the after. Yeah, this is the after patching. So we should probably mark that. All right then. So yeah, so we need to also mark that. So the checksums are for the ROM ISOs after patching. There we go. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So that means, we're going to have to definitely find other routes in order to do the checksums. We can save these for later, but that is something we'll have to do. All right. So is that everything we want to extract from here? Kind of. Credits. We should. I think the credit information is also quite important. Yeah, I think the credit information. Now the question is what about? I think also the reviews might be important. Man, there's a lot of stuff we want to extract. Oh my, there's a lot of information we want to extract. We'll have to manually come back and grab the different reviews because they're not just one simple page, but pretty much I would like to go in here and grab these. So ultimately what I'll do is I'll go in here, I'll grab all of these different reviews, because if you look, they're filled with a lot of different information. Like, this is a gorgeous hack that is rich and diverse. Here you can see that these DS hacks never disappoint. They add in a couple things. Apart from the purple green, excellent quality. Man, these were done quite a long ago. Significant slowdown decreases. I'm pretty sure they mention it up here. Yeah, slowdown removed and such. But not all of them have this description information, and not all of them have the README information. So the idea would be to take all of these reviews, we'll feed it into a large language model, and then we'll have it summarized. Actually, I wonder. We'll have to look later. I don't want to go down another rabbit hole because there's an awful lot of There's an awful lot of AI models available that you can just use for basic things like summarization, for uh, okay, maybe we will go down that rabbit hole. It's easier to show. It's easier to show than tell. So let me do a quick show. I'm glad we figured that out. I want to bookmark this. I will bookmark this for later. This was because I mistook try and catch with try and accept. So we are going to Hugging Face. Well, for those who are not aware, Hugging Face, fantastic website, hosts tons and tons of AI models. They're all developed by, average Joes. Well, not all of them are average Joes, but a lot of them can be. For instance, here's one that's not an average Joe, which is Google. But then here is one that is, which is Moonshot AI, which is, I believe, just some random user. The point is you go, if you have any AI needs, this is where you go. They usually have a lot of them. They're all freely available. Most of them are freely available, and you can just download them straight out. The reason why I say mostly is because ones like this one, which is for Google, most likely it is a model built upon the API that's Google's API and Google's modeling, which means you might need an account to do this one. But here we want text generation. And then from here, we can simply go in and just, grab one of these, and yeah, see, it can pretty much start doing all sorts of different things for you. I mention it because if we go in here, we'll type in sentiment. Here it is, right here, multilingual sentiment analysis. It's a distBERT. It's a distribution BERT. But what this does, they added more languages recently, didn't they? When did they? Anyway, let's not get distracted. So, when you run this, for instance, if you go down here, you can run it. You create the pipeline, you import this in, you then simply run your sentence and then through the pipeline, and it will then output results for you. And then from here, they don't show an example, but from here, they will show out the sentiment. How many people, what was the positivity of the statement? What was the negativity of the statements? What kind of emotional spin was there? I think if we look at another example, we might actually get a better, let's see here. If we look at another example, it might give us output. Yeah, here we go, right here, see? Output. Right here, negative, neutral, positive. So the idea is that you have the AI model grade a sentence and tell you, is it positive? Is it negative? Is it neutral? As in, it didn't really spark much emotion at all. You would think that this would probably be a horrible idea, because AI models are they're not deterministic, but because language is not deterministic, in fact, language is the furthest from deterministic as possible. Because of that, this actually becomes a very useful, because what it will do is we'll take a sentence like I like pie, or I like pizza, or what is the average velocity of an unladen swallow, feed it in, and then it will start comparing all of the words and phrase parts and find out which ones are most closely correlated to positive emotions or negative emotions. And then it would just output these numbers for you. I was building models very similar to this for training. It was in regards to finding out, it was a classification model. That's what it was. It was a classification model that I was building. And so I kind of know what's going on under here. I have to say kind of, because there's a lot of things we still don't know about models. There's a lot of black box stuff still going on in these models, but I know how to build them. So yeah, the idea would be we'd be using this, and we would be looking for a summary. So Maybe not that one. Data sets, no. Scores or spaces, no. T5 maybe? Oh, that one's not, hasn't been downloaded much. But you get the idea. These are all for summarizing. So I'll be taking this, feeding in all of the reviews, and then summarize it later. And then from that, it will give me a much, potentially or hopefully a much better description. I might have to train one myself if push comes to shove, but we're going to try this for now to see if we don't have to dive into that. But yeah. Well, that's a later stage down the line. But because of that, we'll definitely need to go grab user reviews. For now, credits. Credit info. Oh, here we go. So it's another DIR. It's part of the... Actually, we can probably go back. Yeah, here we go. Investigate. So here it is. It's another T-body. We call it table caption is credits. And then we have a div with credits as well. That's a bit of a... maybe they should fix that a bit. A bit of redundancy there. But let's see here. We go. If we go for div class div h3 credits, then we go for the... Oh wait, that's a completely different thing. This is the one... Yeah, that's a completely different thing. So we want this one. So we want to find table with the caption of credits. And then from there we can get the T-body, which will then contain our info. This is a table. All right, they have 3 different tables and they're all structured differently. Oh boy. All right, it's 7 o'clock on my end. It's 7 o'clock. I need to feed my dogs. I need to also go out and buy groceries. So what I'm going to do is, we know what we need to do. We can focus more on this tomorrow. Oh, actually, I do have time tomorrow. We can program a little bit tomorrow. So yeah, once tomorrow we'll be able to program for at least 2 hours. So tomorrow we'll continue working on this. Usually on the weekends, I spend the weekends with my wife. So because of that, when she's out and about and awake, then I can't really, I don't stream. So I'll be streaming in the morning tomorrow, playing a game. And then in the afternoon, because she has work to do. Which kind of sucks, she has work to do. But because of the fact that she has work to do, we can code a little bit. So we'll code a bit more tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I won't be coding. So I'll see everybody tomorrow for the coding. And then on Monday, we will continue. And I'll see about getting some of the stuff up and running. But it's been fun. It's been fun. We figured out a lot. Oh, my dog's bothering. Oh, they're bothering. They're going to start barking pretty soon. Okay. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. But until then, everyone, have a good one. Have a good morning. Have a good night. Wherever you may be, have a good one. And see everyone tomorrow. Laters.